Harvesting rainwater from my roof has been one of the best decisions I've made for my garden. Not only does it reduce my water bill, but it also provides a free, sustainable water source that my plants absolutely thrive on. If you're looking to set up your own rainwater harvesting system, you're in the right place. I'm going to walk you through everything you need, the components, the installation process, and the little tricks I've learned along the way to make the most of every drop. Stick around to the end, and don't forget to subscribe to Botanical Bliss for more gardening wisdom. Let's get started. The first step in harvesting rainwater is making sure your roof and gutters are up to the task. Not all roofs are ideal for collecting clean water, so if you have old shingles that shed debris, you might want to consider upgrading to a metal roof or adding a filter. I make sure my gutters are clean and free of leaves or dirt before the rainy season starts. Clogged gutters don't just slow down water collection, they can also cause overflow and damage to my home. I also installed a simple but effective leaf guard to keep large debris from washing into my collection system. It's a small investment that saves me a lot of maintenance time. If you want to go the extra mile, installing a first flush diverter is a great idea. This device ensures that the first bit of rain, which carries dust and pollutants from the roof, is discarded before the cleaner water flows into your storage system. Once the rainwater is collected from my roof, it needs a place to go. That's where the storage tank comes in. I've seen people use everything from repurposed food-grade barrels to large polyethylene tanks. The size of your tank depends on how much rain you expect to collect and how much space you have. For a small balcony garden, a 50-gallon barrel might be enough, but if you're serious about rainwater harvesting, a 500-gallon or even a 1,000-gallon tank is worth considering. Placement is also crucial. I position my tank near the downspout where water naturally flows, keeping it elevated slightly for better pressure when I need to use it. If gravity isn't enough, I use a small pump to distribute water to my plants efficiently. And don't forget the lid. Keeping the tank sealed prevents mosquito breeding and keeps the water clean. Rainwater is naturally soft and free of chlorine, which makes it amazing for plants. However, it can still pick up dirt, pollen, and small particles on its way down. That's why I always install a simple filtration system before the water reaches my plants. A basic mesh filter at the inlet keeps out large debris, and a charcoal or sand filter helps remove finer particles. If I plan to use the water in a drip irrigation system, I add a fine mesh filter to prevent clogging. For those who want even cleaner water, installing a UV sterilizer can help kill bacteria and algae, especially if your storage tank gets warm in the summer months. I personally don't worry about sterilization for garden use, but if I were using rainwater for household tasks like washing dishes or even drinking, after proper treatment, I'd definitely take that extra step. Once my system is set up and my tank is full, I make sure to use the water wisely. I found that watering early in the morning or late in the evening reduces evaporation and helps my plants absorb moisture more effectively. I also prefer to water at the base of the plants rather than overhead, which minimizes water waste and keeps fungal diseases at bay. For an automated approach, I connected my rainwater tank to a drip irrigation system. This allows me to deliver water directly to the roots of my plants with minimal waste. If I'm hand watering, I use a watering can or a hose with a shut-off nozzle to control the flow. Every drop counts, and I want to make sure I'm maximizing my supply. A rainwater harvesting system isn't a set-it-and-forget-it project. It requires some maintenance to keep it working efficiently. I check my gutters and filters at least once a month to ensure there's no buildup of debris. If I notice any algae forming inside my tank, I scrub it clean and consider adding a layer of shade to reduce sunlight exposure. I also inspect my downspouts and pipes regularly to make sure there are no leaks or blockages. One of the best ways to keep a system running smoothly is to do a quick check after every major rainstorm. If I see standing water around my tank, I adjust the placement to improve drainage and prevent mosquito breeding. Another thing I've learned is that if my area gets heavy rainfall, an overflow system is a must. I direct excess water away from my house and into a rain garden or another planted area where it can soak into the soil instead of causing erosion. Since I started harvesting rainwater, I've noticed a huge improvement in my garden's health. My plants respond so well to natural rainwater compared to tap water, and I've saved a significant amount of money on my water bill. But beyond personal benefits, rainwater harvesting is an environmentally responsible choice. It reduces demand on municipal water supplies minimizes runoff that can cause erosion, and makes use of a natural resource that would otherwise go to waste. If you've been thinking about setting up a system, now is the time to start. It doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. You can begin with a simple barrel and expand as needed. The key is to tailor your system to your space and your needs. Once you get started, you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner. So, if you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe to Botanical Bliss for more practical gardening solutions. Share this with fellow gardeners who might want to get started with rainwater harvesting. Every drop we save makes a difference, both for our plants and for the environment. Happy gardening!